All right, let's talk about something we've all probably dealt with. That moment you decide to hire someone to work on your home. It's a big deal, right? You're not just hiring for a task, you're placing a massive amount of trust in a person. Trust with your home, your schedule, and honestly, your sanity. So let me just ask you, what should you really expect for that trust? What's the baseline? When you hand over your hard-earned money for a service in your own home, what should you get in return? It seems like a simple question, but the answers we get in reality, they're not always so simple. Because for way too many of us, this whole experience is just frustratingly predictable. You know the drill. First, they just don't show up, and your entire day is shot. Then, if they do come, they turn your living room into a disaster zone. You might get workmanship that, just looks lazy. And the absolute worst? The contractor who cashes your check and then just vanishes. Poof! It's a story we've heard or lived way too many times. But what if there was a totally different way of doing things? A standard that goes way beyond just, finishing the job. Because let's be honest, getting a job done and getting it done right are two completely different things, aren't they? And that brings us to this whole idea, the happiness warranty. Now, this isn't some 30-page legal document with a bunch of fine print. Nope, it's just a simple, straightforward promise. If something isn't right, we'll make it right. That's it, full stop. So a promise like that sounds great, but what does it actually stand on? What are the pillars that hold this whole thing up in the real world? Okay, so it really boils down to 4 key guarantees. First up, honest, upfront pricing. The price you see is the price you pay. No shady, last-minute fees that magically appear on the final bill. Then you've got on-time arrival. And look, this isn't just about being polite. It's about respecting your time. The third guarantee is sending skilled, insured professionals. We're talking about people who actually know what they're doing, who are properly insured so you don't have some amateur learning on your dime. And finally, long-term durability. The whole point is to provide a real fix, not just a quick patch-up job that's going to fall apart in 6 months. And I mean, this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have what so many people are used to, the hidden fees, the I'll be there between 8 and 4 schedules, the Band-Aid fixes. And on the other side, transparent pricing, punctuality, and work that's actually built to last. It's a completely different mindset. Now check out this number, $5 million. That's not a marketing gimmick. That's the amount of liability insurance. It's a huge statement that says, hey, we're so confident in our work and our people that we're putting serious money behind our promise to protect your home. That's what real peace of mind looks like. Okay, let's move on. Because being a pro isn't just about the big promises. It's just as much about all the little details that most people overlook. This quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. Your home is your sanctuary. It's where you live, relax, and make memories. It is not supposed to be a chaotic work site that you're left to clean up. The best people in the business get that, deep down. In that respect, you can actually see it. It looks like clean drop sheets being laid down. It looks like protecting your floors and furniture. It means no random paint splatters on your trim. And maybe the most important part, it means they clean up after themselves, so you're not finding little piles of dust and debris for weeks. And beyond just being clean, there's the work itself. Real quality, true craftsmanship, it's in the details you might not even notice at first, but you feel them. It's in the laser straight lines of caulk, the perfectly smooth finish on a wall, the clean cuts. That's where the pride in the work really shows. So when you bring all of this together, what does it lead to?